Say hi, bull. Alright, this is my Honda Civic. My brother wants me to make a video on it showing my hydrogen setup because his friends don't believe him or something that I run on hydrogen. It doesn't run on hydrogen, it supplements the fuel. I get 60 miles per gallon at 60 miles an hour, and then I get 45 miles per gallon at 80 miles an hour. And I know that because I just drove up to Jersey and back. It's 1,200 miles each way. I have a scan gauge too. Right there, it's a scanner, so I can read and clear my codes if I get codes. And it also tells me my miles per gallon. It's got all my gauges I need. It has a lot of gauges too. I could change them all. This is down here is my air-fuel ratio, and this allows me to richen or lean my air-fuel ratio. So if I turn my and this is my switch to turn the hydrogen on, and once I turn that on, I'll let it run for about 2 minutes to let it warm up and it gets going. And I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear it going through the bubbler. If I pull this knob this way and this one this way, it leans out the air-fuel ratio. I don't know if you can see it too good on the camera, but it goes away. The light, it goes all the way to lean. And I could do it far enough that it'll stall a car out, just like that. So I'm leaning out. And that's the bubbler, if you can hear it. That's the hydrogen going into the intake. And then if I go the other way with it, it'll make it run richer. See, it stays on rich a lot longer. So when I'm running it normal, I keep it centered. Now back here in my trunk is my hydrogen setup. These three PVC, 4-inch PVC things are my hydrogen cells, generators, whatever the hell you want to call them. I don't care. I know people that have one. I just said, screw it, I'm going to make 3. I don't know if it makes it better or worse. I really don't care. I don't care what people think or say. And I have my amperage gauges here for all 3 of them. This one I made clear so you can look into it and see what it's doing. This one, oh, and I did 2,000, about 400 miles, and it went down about 1 inch. I have to film. So about 2,000 miles, it goes down about 1 inch, and that's on and off. I turned it on and turned it off every other hour. So this one, I use distilled water and lye, and these are plates in here that are cross sanded and dotted. You place them in there in a certain way. It's like positive, negative, neutral, positive, negative, neutral, stuff like that. When electricity goes or current flows through water, it breaks H2O up into HHO, which is hydrogen. It comes out as a vapor gas. It's very explosive. It's not flammable, it's explosive. So it's pretty much like running nitrogen in a way, and then you cut out your fuel. You lean out the fuel. That's what I do up with the other ones up front. Well, and I added an extra battery just because it's going to be drawing a little more amperage. And that's where I have my relays and stuff all under here, and it goes up to the switch. Okay, see, when I hit the switch and turn it on, it starts making hydrogen. And you can see it starting to grow. It'll fill that whole canister up pure white. And it's low right now. I have to fill it. But it's water, distilled water, and lye. And you break up H2O, make HHO, which is Brown's gas or hydrogen. And it's drawing about 25 amps once it warms up, and then 15 amps, and that one's probably 15 or 10 or something. But total amperage is 30, which would be this one. So they're supposed to be 10 amps each. Each generator, cylinder, whatever. It's supposed to be 10 amps each. and it runs the gas through the tube, and I got it ran up there. I got an on-off valve if I didn't want to turn it off. It comes out down there somewhere in the bottom, goes through a one-way check valve. That's what that red ring is. Goes into this tube. My car is very dirty because I've been doing a lot of hunting. Look at this thing. Oh my god, I don't care. I hunt in my car, I don't care. Goes into this is a bubbler. It's filled about halfway or 3/4 of water. Goes into here, comes out of here, and goes straight into the intake tube. Venturic vacuum sucks the hydrogen into the engine, and then you already leaned it out and stuff like that. So then it's supplementing your fuel. Doesn't run on hydrogen, it supplements on hydrogen, and it helps a lot. That's the cable where I tap my second battery into. I run it up and then run it downside, and then I run the two, whatever, who cares. Alright, now I took the cap off the bubbler to show you what's happening inside there. Coming out of the bottom, and the bubbles are coming up through that water. And that's even a little bit of lift. But the whole idea of a bubbler is that in case your engine backfires, it'll backfire into the bubbler and not go back into your trunk and make your trunk explode, which has 3 of these things back there. These have, on a bubbler, I have a couple devices on it. In case it does backfire and explode, this thing will be a little boom instead of a big, like, I don't know, like big dynamite. This thing over here will blow off the side. This thing will blow out. There's stuff on the bottom that'll blow out if this thing does backfire. And this thing on the side right here also acts as a overflow. In case I overflow my hydrogen generators or wherever they are in the back, it does push water up. If they're overfilled, it'll push it up with the bubbles here. And this thing will actually overfill. It'll come up to that hole, drain into the overflow, and I have a valve on the bottom. I can turn it off. But that's straight hydrogen right there. If I lit that, it's very loud. It's explosive. It's not flammable. That's why it's almost like nitrous. That's why they say if you produce enough hydrogen, you have to retard your time in, because it explodes. It doesn't like burn slowly or anything. It explodes like 1,000 times quicker than gasoline does. Right now it's really not even producing a lot because I have my engine off and my fans are running and stuff like that. So once the voltage gets up, charging voltage and everything, that thing gets cooking. It's like the whole time it's just cruising. And like I said, I get 45 to 60 miles per gallon. Depending on my speed, 80 miles an hour, I get about 45 miles per gallon. And if I'm doing 60, I get 60 miles per gallon. So that's my hydrogen thing. Hydrogen setup, extra battery, 3 cells. I put everything off the side and everything. I don't have a thing in there, board in there to protect all that, but I put it off the side so I can close my trunk. It was pretty tight. Close my trunk. I could still stuff stuff in the back like a deer, like I did. See, I got a little blood on this one. I got a little 3-pointer on it and put in here. Or pigs or whatever. So that's my car. Hydrogen setup. And if you don't use this with the hydrogen setup, it's pointless. You're not going to do anything but maybe make your engine run smoother because you're adding a vapor gas. You need to trick your computer to make hydrogen work. You can't just run it on a regular car, because if you run it on a regular car with no way to trick your O2 and your map sensor and all that, you have no way to lean out your air-fuel ratio, so you're going to run the same miles per gallon. You need to trick it and lean it out so you can add hydrogen. You're taking away gas, you're adding hydrogen, but you're still keeping a little gas. You need a little bit of gas in there. You can't totally lean it out. Okay, and that's my setup. Alright, now I'm going to show you how explosive hydrogen is. This is an empty bottle. I just drained it. It had a pretty old Mountain Dew in there. You can see the bottle's faded from the sun. I just found it in the yard. Surprised the dogs didn't get it. I'm going to show you how explosive it is. I'm squeezing it and dropping it, whatever. Oh my god. This is empty. I'm going to fill a bottle of water or something. put this upside down in the water and then fill it straight up with hydrogen. It's gonna drain the water out of the bottle, raise it with hydrogen. I could squeeze it and throw it and do whatever I want, lay it in the yard, light it, it's still gonna explode. I did it at work by accident one time, and it was probably 6 or 7 minutes later and it sounded like a shotgun. So don't try this at home. Alright, my dad's Cricket, get out of there! My dad's going to assist me in my hydrogen. So this is how you measure how much hydrogen is producing. The car's off, so it's not producing a lot. You fill the bottle up with water, and then you fill it up with hydrogen.
Oh, wait.
I did this to see if it had smell to it when I accidentally almost blew myself up. Alright, see the bubbles are coming out. That means it's full. So you can pull it out of the water. You don't even really have to cap off the end, but you can if you want. And that's hydrogen-filled soda bottle. That's how explosive it is. Alright, we're doing it one more time just because it's fun. See the bubbles come out? That means it's full. Ready to go. And you just walk it over. He lights it. You lay it down. Let me get full frame.
Ready?
Yep. Sounds like a shotgun going off, baby.
Rep probably sitting in her pen.
That's hydrogen. That's how explosive it is. Not flammable, explosive.